there's something I've been noticing for a minute now. And the more I pay attention to it, the more I'm like, okay, wait. Because people from completely different places, different cultures, different everything are all locked in on the same thing, K-pop. This is Miss Neo and what's new with Miss Neo. And at first, it sounds simple. Like, okay, yeah, visuals, choreography, all that. Cool. But if it was really just that, it wouldn't be hitting like this. So then it's like, why do people actually prefer K-pop over Western music? Like, what is it for real? Because people always say the same stuff. It's the visuals, the dancing, they're more talented. Okay, but Western artists can do that too. So what's the difference? Why does K-pop just feel different? Like, okay, yeah, everything looks good, the videos, the performances, but that alone doesn't make people disattached. This is more than just liking a song. It's something else going on. In K-pop, you're not just listening. You're paying attention to the person. Like you're seeing them train, debut, and grow, and you get used to them. So of course, you're gonna get attached. And when I say attached, I don't mean like obsessed. Everybody doesn't have to be a fangirl or whatever, but if you're following this person, the fact that you know more about them than the average person, you know, there's gonna be some little connection there. And the thing about these idols, they stay in your face. There's always something going on, like lives, content, behind the scenes. You don't really get a break from seeing them. Meanwhile, a Western artist will just drop the music and then vanish. Being a K-pop idol, and I've noticed this is a real realization that I've noticed over the years. Being a K-pop idol is not just being a K-pop idol. They are also content creators. And that is how people are getting hooked. Like, okay, yeah, the main point that we're here for is the music, right? But the fact that I can go and watch a vlog of my favorite K-pop artists, I can go watch this, I can go watch that. It's not just music and a couple interviews. I have thousands of videos that I can consume and watch. Like, I will never be bored as a K-pop stan, right? And another thing, the comebacks. That's a whole event. New look, new vibes, new everything. And every time it's something different and something fresh. The fans also play a part of it too, because you're not just sitting there and listening to the music. Some people might, but most K-pop stans don't. They're involved. They're streaming. They're voting. They're on Twitter. It's like a little community, right? It's there to make you feel included. And everything is just very put together. Like this stuff is planned. It is planned. It's not just something that they just say that they're going to come out with one day. Some of these K-pop groups even have lore and themes that they have been planning for years. And you might not see it until another 5 years, but it was planned since debut. This stuff is planned precisely. Like nothing is random. That's the K-pop formula. And then what I'm going to say next is a bit more personal. It's my personal opinion on kind of why I would prefer K-pop over Western artists. A lot of Western music can be real heavy on certain topics like sex, partying, and drugs. And like it's not subtle at all. Like the lyrics are vulgar. It's just me personally, that's not something that I want to listen to and consume on a daily basis, right? But with K-pop, and I'm not saying that K-pop does not talk about these topics. That's not what I'm saying. But it's not vulgar. Like the lyrics are not curse words every 4 seconds. It's not that. If they are mentioning those topics, it's very subtle. Like you're barely gonna be able to tell. It's there, but it's not being thrown at you. And it's not in such a disgusting ways. Like some of this music from the Western artists is just degrading women, all kind of stuff, right? And that's not something that most people want to listen to. It's just not. And this is not a race thing, so I'm literally black myself. This is not a race thing or any like that. I'm not blaming no race. This is everybody. This is Western music in America. I'm talking about everybody. So that's why, me personally, that's why I prefer K-pop because I don't have to hear all that in my music. I don't know if other people feel that way, but that's my take. And not every Western song is like that. That's not what I'm saying. There are a bunch of artists in the Western music market that make good music. They really are. I'm not generalizing or, you know, I'm not saying that about everyone. I just prefer K-pop. And that probably just comes down to how everything is set up. And that's what they're aiming for. So when people really think about it, it's not even about K-pop being better. It's just different. And it's okay to admit that it's different. With Western music, it's like the artists are expressing themselves. But for K-pop, it feels like something you experience. And I'm saying this as someone who has been to what, 3 K-pop concerts by now? That is such an experience. Like, I've never been to a Western music artist's concert, but seeing videos and stuff like that, it will not compare to some of these K-pop concerts. Like, I'm just gonna be so honest with y'all right now. Like, those people are putting their back, legs, feet, they putting their whole body and chest into what they're doing. And it's like, this might not even be about really why people prefer K-pop. It might just be about what they're not getting somewhere else. And again, I'm not trying to make this a race thing. That's not what this is. I'm just saying this in general. Because again, as a black person, I know that the K-pop is heavily, bold emphasis on heavily, inspired by black people, right? It is hard to authentically replicate what you did not create, okay? Some idols do take it too far. But then you have others that are doing a great job at it. And this is an opinion that I have. And this is more geared towards other black people. Y'all complain about certain K-pop artists that are doing these things. And when I say doing these things, I'm talking about the music and stuff like that, right? And like the genres and stuff. I'm not talking about these K-pop idols who are cultural appropriated and all that. And that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about just music-wise. Y'all are hating on these idols, but our black people are not even keeping up with these genres. They're not keeping it alive. Like, I just want y'all to think about this. Yeah, we have this new age hip hop and R&B, but it's not authentic slow jam R&B. Just think about that. We do not have that anymore. We don't. Everything got to be about hip hop and this and that. And then when it is there, you can hardly listen to it because the lyrics are just too much, right? So how can you complain about a culture stealing our stuff, quote unquote, stealing our stuff, which in some cases, yes, they do steal our stuff. But how can we complain about that? And our own people are not keeping it up. And I'm saying this even in terms of rap. The rap is not rapping anymore. Yeah, you have some great black rappers today, but most of them are rapping complete BS. You can barely understand what they're saying. They're mumbling. And again, the lyrics are just vulgar. There's nothing artistic about it anymore. So some people are going elsewhere to get this, and that's K-pop. That's, like I said, that's my take on this. In some ways, I just feel like there's no right to complain. When it comes to K-pop, we are just getting offered so much more. And people are, people be like, oh, they're just trying to get your money and this and that. Well, of course, that's the entertainment industry. That's what they're going to do. But I would rather support people that are actually doing this for real than people that are just doing this just to do it. There's a clear difference, even much when it comes to albums. I have a friend who likes Billie Eilish. And every time he comes to my house and he sees all my little K-pop albums and stuff like that, he's always shocked because he's paying the same price or even more for just a CD. And in my K-pop albums, we're getting posters, we're getting photo cards, we're getting all these little inclusions in the album for that same price that he's paying for just one CD. It's just small things like that that are making a difference. And there's a lot of factors that can play into this. I'm just touching on a few of them today. So if y'all have anything that y'all would like to say about this, or like agreements, disagreements, or if y'all want to add on to the discussion, y'all can put that down below in the comments. And yeah, if y'all like this video, please like and subscribe. I'm going to keep bringing y'all what's new, keep bringing y'all the opinions, the topics, and that's what's new with Miss Neo.